So this was Seth Speaks, The Magical Approach. And this was our part 8. And this is our part 8 summary. So, in this one, Seth is teaching us that our current way of thinking has become too limited. We've equated rational thinking with science, and anything outside of that is seen as irrational. This has made our thoughts too rigid, too specialized, too closed off to other possibilities. Seth explains to us that that every person has their own unique style of thinking, a blend of speculation, a blend of fantasy and personal experience. However, science has dominated the world of thought for so long that it has pushed aside ideas that were once considered valid and rational. You see, science only focuses on what it can prove, and it divides knowledge into separate fields like biology, like physics, like psychology. Each field looks at reality from its own perspective, but doesn't connect the dots between them. So, while science gives us useful facts, it cannot offer a complete picture of what reality really is. In this particular passage, Seth points out that this worldview, well, it leaves us feeling isolated. It makes us see ourselves as separate from the world around us, even separate from our own bodies. According to science, we're basically fighting against our genes. We're basically fighting against nature. We're basically fighting against the ticking clock of time. And what does this lead to? Well, it leads to fear. It leads to fear as we worry about disease, as we worry about aging, and of course, ultimately, we worry about death. Seth says that this view is just plain old wrong. We are not isolated beings battling nature. In fact, we are deeply connected to the entire universe. There are fields of energy and life that supports us, both physically and spiritually. We are not given a set amount of energy, as some may think. We can always draw new energy from the world around us. And unlike the scientific view, the universe is alive, the universe is conscious, and the universe is aware of us. Seth emphasizes that we have more power and choices than we think. Our intellect helps us make decisions, but it's not the only force at work. When we set a goal, it acts like a magnet, drawing in the right conditions to help us achieve it. But the intellect alone cannot make things happen. It has to work with the deeper magical forces that lie within us. When used properly, the intellect works with these forces, setting the body and mind in motion to achieve our goals. However, when we focus too much on the way things can go wrong, we sabotage ourselves. Instead of concentrating on what we want, we focus on our fears, and our body reflects that confusion. The magical approach, as Seth calls it, is about combining rational thought with these deeper, intuitive forces. This creates a balanced, harmonious way of living, where all parts of us work together towards our desires. Finally, Seth reminds us that we are not separate from the energy of the universe. No, we have access to it from our birth, and it will support us throughout our entire lives if we understand and trust in it. This understanding can help us overcome many of our fears, many of our doubts. This was the summary for Seth Speaks, The Magical Approach, our part 8. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. What did you think about this particular passage? Leave that in the comments below as well. Until the next time, I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you.